I think they were. Yeah, I think they were because I had them overnight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stay strong. Stay strong. To the table.
Hello, my name is Kevin. I created this channel to find different communities who have unique stories, life obstacles, and something to share. Hi everyone, welcome to Healthy Hangouts. I'm Kevin and I'm here with Allen, content creator, coach, and mountain biker. Welcome to the show, Allen.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here, Kevin. Thank you for having me.
Did you come hungry?
I came hungry and I'm ready to eat.
Zero Doubt Kitchen is a local, healthy meal prep and delivery company that strives to create an experience with their meals that revolves around wellness, flavor, and the joy of eating. Their menu rotates weekly through many delicious and healthy options, so you always have a new choice. We highly recommend giving them a try, and you can use code HHZDK50 for 50% off your first order. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Allen and you're watching Healthy Hangouts.
We're starting with mixed berries, chia seeds, and jam, overnight oats.
Nice. Do you think they prepared overnight?
I think they were, yeah. I think they were because I had them overnight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this is provided by Zero Doubt Kitchen, which is our new sponsor. And well, let's dig in here, and we'll start with the questions.
Cool. Let's try this stuff out.
Yeah. Are you a big breakfast guy?
Yeah, I have to have it. I've tried the intermittent fasting thing.
Yeah, have you?
It doesn't work well for me.
It is actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually go for either like some eggs or just something easy to get down before my day starts. I start my day around like 4:15, so it's an early morning, but...
Do you really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4:15. Why? Just curious.
So I work 5:30 to 1:30, and then I do all my content creation and writing and everything after that, obviously. So yeah, it's some long days, but we get through it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that when you're coaching at Ray's?
So no, I'm actually a CNC machinist in my profession, and I do the coaching and things like that as, I guess you would say, a side hustle, but more a passion.
Okay, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what got you into biking?
So I actually started out I remember my dad took me to a motorcycle show at the IX Center, and he's like, "What do you want to do?" So we were either looking at either riding dirt bikes or like motorcycles, because he grew up road racing.
Okay.
So I pointed at the motorcycle or the dirt bike,
Yeah.
and you know that's what sent me down the path of riding bikes my whole life. So yeah, I've been riding a bicycle since probably 3 or 4, and been riding any type of bike since. So
now, I kind of got the terms mixed up. Can you explain the difference between your MTB biking, BMX biking, and other bike sports, if I'm pronouncing or saying that correctly?
So basically, mountain biking, you could relate it to BMX a little bit in a way sometimes. I would say mountain biking is obviously more off-road, while BMX, there's freestyle BMX, and then there's also just bicycle motocross, it was originally called. So actually you go to a track and basically race a lap on a bicycle. That's BMX racing, and then freestyle BMX is what you see people doing the backflips and going to the skate parks, things like that.
Okay.
So the bike I have been riding, usually I ride it a lot in the winter, but also in the summer as well, it's called a dirt jumper. So it's a mix between basically a mountain bike and a BMX bike, because it has front suspension, and it's nimble enough to perform BMX type of tricks. A regular mountain bike, it can be what we call a hardtail, which is no suspension in the back.
Okay.
But the dirt jumper is, like I said, just more nimble, I guess you'd say. And then my mountain bike is actually what we call full suspension, or full sus, if you want to be hip with the kids. But it is basically front suspension and rear suspension.
Okay.
So that's what I primarily ride in the woods and on, I guess you'd say, bigger jumps.
Bigger jumps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now that actually kind of goes into my one question, where like bigger jumps and stuff. Like, how have you been? Like, what's the biggest jump you've done? How high have you been? And I mean, just in that state. I mean, obviously you're familiar with it, but being that high, what's your mindset when you're there? are you ever like, oh shoot, I'm too high, or what's your biggest jump that you did?
Yeah, so if we're talking motocross, like I grew up racing motocross from 5 to basically still to now. On my dirt bike, cool. I hit a 160-foot jump, and then on my mountain bike, I think the biggest one I've hit is 60 feet. And then on my dirt jumper, I mean, I probably hit maybe at least a 30-foot gap. So
really,
yeah. So the mindset going into something like that, man, it depends on the jump really. What the run-up's like, how steep the angle of the lip is. The lip is basically considered like the ramp of the jump, I guess you'd say. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it all varies, but yeah, there's a different mindset to going into each jump. Going to hit any type of jump though, I'd say you basically have to flip your mind to, I'm going to do this, because if you get scared, things might not end well. You might, what we call, case the jump, or not make it fully, and it's better to overcommit than to not commit at all, if you will.
Right. Yeah, it's that second guessing.
Exactly.
That hurts you.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to come back from that stuff sometimes, and it can be a total mental block. Mm-hmm. So say if I had an injury or something, you're kind of starting from ground zero with confidence. So you have to just make incremental steps to try to build that confidence back up. And whether that's even, I've seen some people they're scared to even hit a jump again, you know what I mean?
Right.
Until they regain, it's baby steps. So as long as you can make incremental gains every time you're on the bike, you have to go back to the basics and rebuild from there, and then you'll eventually get to a level where you're gonna be in that good flow state again, I guess you'd say. Yeah, honestly, I've had some stupid crashes from me just not paying attention to what I'm actually doing. I'm just it
right.
becomes so second nature sometimes. It can go bad just doing something simple. Actually, I have an example. I was literally on a road bike ride with my brother, and we were going 20 on the road, on a road bike. And I went to shift, and you're so used to doing this stuff that the bar kind of just got out of my hand a little bit, and I flipped down the road. I thought I broke my wrist. Had to go to the hospital. I wasn't even doing anything cool.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's neat. Did you, were you wearing pads and stuff too?
No. I was wearing a helmet, but that was it. So,
man.
Yeah, sometimes the basic stuff will get you as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna take a little break while we, change from the oats to our meals now. Cool. So we'll get going on that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Cool. Today I am having the tacos al pastor ground beef. What are you having?
I am also having tacos al pastor, but in bowl form.
Okay, cool. Well, let's dive in. It looks good. It smells good.
Oh, yeah, it does.
We're going to go into a few more personal, deeper questions, if you don't mind, as we eat our tacos here. If I can get this.
This is really good.
Whoa, this is messy.
I was thinking,
Uh-oh.
I was going to have something like this, and I've been wanting to have something like this lately, and it's good.
Making them not true. I know. I just made a huge mess, but hey, that's what's fun about it, right?
Yeah. It's not perfect, right?
You gotta make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
So as we enjoy this meal, how has riding influenced your life outside of the sport? And have you noticed any personal growth or any insights as a result from that?
You know what's really cool about riding is, I think it helps in every facet of life. Even job interviews, things like that. The mental prep is all the same, but you're just relating it to something different. So say if I'm going to do a new trick for the first time, what do I need to do? I need to work on my technique. I need to figure out what jump I want to hit it on and how do I execute it, and it would be the same as anything you want to do in life. So I think that's why riding is so influential in my life, is I could relate it to anything I do. That's why it's special to me.
Yeah, super cool. There's a community involved with the riding.
100%.
Riding,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they obviously probably help influence you into staying positive and pushing to reach your goals. And so can you describe a time when you've hit a challenging moment, but the community just helped push you through it?
Yeah, I would honestly. This happened this past weekend, actually.
Nice.
Well, I guess you'd say maybe a month ago, I tried my first backflip into a foam pit.
Okay.
And so I was lucky enough to ride with my one friend. She's a pro mountain bike rider. And she's like, you could do it. Like, I'm like, you know what? I never really thought about trying to do a backflip. Like, obviously I've thought about it, but I've never like put myself in the mental process of like, I'm gonna flip today. So like one day we were sitting in the foam pit and resi room at Ray's MTB, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it, I guess. So I went for the first time and landed on my head in the foam pit. So that was a little bit of a rude awakening the first time. I was kind of confident I was gonna maybe get it around the first time, but that wasn't the case. Mm-hmm. And basically I just kept doing, once I finally got it in the foam pit, everyone's like, dude, you have to take that to resi, which a resi is a ramp with basically a foam pad underneath it. So it's a little softer than like a wood landing or maybe even a dirt landing, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, you gotta take that to resi. I'm like, oh, but I'm scared. I don't want to do this. But sometimes so it was like last Thursday, I was like, I got this feeling. I'm like, I've done like 30 backflips into the foam pit. I need to try to do this.
Yeah.
So all day I was at work. I was literally like running my CNC machine. I was just like practicing like fake bars in my hand. I'm like, I'm gonna practice some flips today. So I did 5 into the foam pit. I got to raise mental state. I was like super focused. Everyone's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, not now. I'm in the zone. You know what I mean? So I ended up going 5 times into the foam, and then I'm like, all right, it's time. I have to do it. So that's when that like flip kind of happens in your brain, or like that switch is flipped in your brain, like, all right, this is it right now. So went up the vert wall, came into it. I'm like, here we go. And I ended up working out good the first time. So I'm really happy about that. But that's what's so impactful about the community of like riding mountain bikes or BMX or whatever is everyone's so supportive, and it's really cool to see other people achieve their goals. Like everyone's just super happy for you, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just I really like, that's probably the coolest part about riding.
Yeah. Well, now, so you ride there, and then you also coach at Ray's MTB, right?
Yeah, I do some coaching at Ray's as well. I've coached as young as, I think, like maybe a 7 or 8 year old.
Yeah.
Up to, I did a lesson with a 60-year-old.
Did
so
you?
Yeah. It's a wide variety, and it's been super cool. I've always had a passion for helping people progress and learn. So it's really cool to put that into motion recently. Yeah,
well, that's cool because you're giving them the confidence to basically, push their limits into their mindset, and to be able to hit that trick, or to be able to just do something that they're not comfortable doing.
And like the coolest part is like a kid or like even an adult, like, dude, you helped me like hit my first jump, or like, man, like I'm learning this trick finally because you taught me the right technique, and like that literally makes my whole week sometimes when they say that kind of stuff. And
I can imagine.
I'm just super passionate about seeing people progress on their bikes, or even in life in general.
Yeah. Have you found any specific strategies or rituals that help you stay mentally resilient and focused off the bike, on and off the bike?
I would say the best thing that I do for myself is try to just like, I even like give myself a pep talk like throughout the day, even just like, hey, everything's good, like you're doing good. Like sometimes like you have
checking
to
in on
just,
yourself almost.
You have to like give yourself self-love, and I feel like maybe I haven't had that in the past even. So like that, it's so important to talk to yourself positively. So I think that's what relates on and off the bike is you have to like have that little dude in your head.
Yeah.
You have to be like, he has to be hyping you up. Like, dude, you got this. Or like, dude,
Yeah, it's
you're gonna
so
get
true.
through this workday. You might have gotten like 5 hours of sleep last night because you were editing a video too late or something, but you're gonna get through it. And sometimes I even come out, like if I have a session that day or something, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this day. You get through it, and it's like sometimes it's even better than if you were just like, it was just a regular day pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. And that's awesome, because those moments are things that easily can defeat us. But if you don't have that guy telling you to keep going, you easily just fall into that rut.
So I was lucky enough to go to a gym in my hometown. His name is Joel Yunkins, and he owns Joel Yunkins Training. And I was able to get some expert level coaching from him in mental state and even strength training wise for when I was racing a lot or even riding mountain bikes to start and everything. So I would say, like, I actually, that's where some of my original coaching came from. Is for a year and a half I was able to do some strength training coaches with some athletes, like some pro supercross and motocross racers, and just everyday gym goers that are looking to better themselves. So I've been taking that mentality of what I was taught there to end up like I do all my own strength training and stuff now, and I try to stretch as much as I can, and I try to be as strong as I can for the bike. So I do a lot of plyometric type of exercises, a lot of reaction timing, and also like I do the traditional like deadlift, squat, and bench too, like
for your strength.
Yeah,
and,
just for
build
strength.
that muscle.
Because you don't want to be weak in this sport, because it's not if, it's when you're gonna crash.
Right.
You want to be as strong as you can for that impact.
No, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, it's not if, it's when, because
Exactly.
you're going to.
Yeah, unfortunately, like that's the nature of the sport, and that's what makes it gnarly.
Yeah, I love it. Who are some of your biggest influences and inspirations, whether that's in the riding world or outside of it?
I would say I really look up to, actually he's a Cleveland local. I really look up to Nick Bruce. He's a pro BMX athlete. He's been in the Olympics, and he's done some big things, and he's just super inspirational on just the way he goes about his riding and training. He's very regimented, and I would say, like, obviously I don't know this as a fact, but he was the one to probably influence fitness into BMX a little bit more.
Okay.
So like that's what kind of inspired me to, like, I want to be as strong as I can every time I ride the bike.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, he's a super cool follow on Instagram as well.
Yeah? Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check him out.
Yeah.
Well, as you said, like, he kind of inspired you. We're gonna move on to the dessert now, and
cool.
we'll go and find out Allen's moment of motivation,
Yeah,
and we'll see
sounds
what
good.
your quote is.
Awesome. We are out here in the profile world. Is this your guys' favorite room or what? Yeah. This is good though.
It is, yeah. That's why it just broke apart.
You should put that in there just for the heck of it.
Yeah. Now we're on to our desserts, which is chocolate peanut butter protein balls. So, let's do a little cheers here. Yeah, cheers. Let's try these out. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, well, now it's time for our moment of motivation here with Allen. We had him fill out our form back in the green room. If you could read your quote, why it kind of resonates with you, and why you live by the quote, go for it.
Success is when preparation meets opportunity. And the reason I live by that is it resonates in a lot of different ways in my life, with riding or just life in general, where you have to be mentally prepared, physically prepared, and when the opportunity strikes is when the magic happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to go over some of these questions and eat some good, delicious meals.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to share to your viewers, your social handles, any promotional codes or sponsors? But if you do, we'd like to say it to that camera right there.
Yeah, I'd like to say check out trilogybicycles.com if you're interested in getting a dirt jumper. I would like to give a shout out to Tasco MTB, Tanis Armor, and Deity Components as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Hey, thank you so much,
Yeah, it was
dude.
fun.
It was great meeting you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you have such a cool story, and just I love following you. Carrie was getting her tattoo by what's her name? Rye, and Jake was just like, dude, this seems like something that Allen would love
Perfect.
to do.
Yeah,
so
no,
yeah,
I'm stoked to be here, and I was really looking forward to this.
good.